So this is the fourth in a series of 7 where we're studying the Elven Star points of the sun. The first point is all about the essence nature of self. The second is how you expand that by traveling and reading books and meeting new people, to do with the word hello. The third is to do with the word thanks, how you take your authentic self into relationship and how you relate to beauty and harmony. This fourth point is the goodbye point in the 7-word system. And this is where we make decisions of consequence, not just choices about whether you want tea or coffee, but decisions that have an impact on your life. And it can be to do with getting involved in a new way, and it can be to do with closing down involvements, moving on, saying goodbye. In fact, they're the same thing, because whenever you say goodbye to the old, you're actually saying hello to the new. So each transition from one way of being to the next is a goodbye moment. It's the path that you choose, sometimes by making difficult choices on the level of powerful decisions. And these really do define the authenticity of self. There are some decisions that can be made which are just expediency. You just do that because it suits your needs at the moment. It's not based on any sense of honor or self-definition. But there are some decisions which will shape you as a person. And these need to be made from the depth of your self-knowledge. You need to know who you are to do the right thing on these occasions. More often than not, it is because of these occasions and the decisions we make that we find out who we are. It works both ways. Whenever something comes up, like, shall I get involved with this relationship? Shall I stay with this job when my boss is becoming a pain in the ass? Shall I move to another country because I'm getting a sense that this country is going wrong and I don't like it? Sometimes you make big decisions in life that have consequences for decades to come. These are the kind of things that we're discussing, and how we make those decisions from an authentic point of view to further the truth of who we really are. This is indicated by the fourth point of your Elven Star. Now, to give you an example of what I think this means, it is what we stand for on principle. Not expediency, but principle. Finding a deeper level of consciousness of self. How we access faith and profound self-determination. Now, not everybody wants to have a code to live by, a protocol, and they don't find faith because of that. If you want to find faith, and I promise you, you too, if you have faith in the future, life's a doddle. If you just know that the future's going to be fine, everything works. But if you don't have faith, and you're a bit worried about what might come about, you spend your life taking precautions, buying insurance policies, being anxious, those kind of things. That they're not you. That's not the authenticity of self. That's stuff. If you do that, faith is what brings you to who you really are. So if you want to find that and develop that, you'll be put into a challenging situation, the kind of situation described by the fourth Elven Star point. Now, mine is Leo 29, a mermaid, and that's all about a desire for manifestation. Responding excitedly to the creative impulse. Now, I've been doing that rather ardently for a very long time. I'm quite a creative person. I've had a go at making music and writing and all manner of creative things. I'm not particularly good, I don't think, but I am. What's the word? I've written lots of stuff. Prolific. I am prolific, and it is the case that because of my creative outpourings, I've discovered that which was hidden within me. I know stuff that I didn't know that I knew, and I've only found out that I know stuff by being creative. Because when you're being creative, in my form, it's writing typically nowadays. I just pick up the pen and a virgin piece of paper and I just start writing, and sometimes something comes which is new because the muse has to be triggered and called down. I've written songs as well, and the same kind of thing happens. I just pick up the guitar and I'm sort of playing around to see what happens, and then here's a little riff, or here's a little song coming into form, and that's the creative impulse. And then what you do with that is a measure of who you are, and you have to work that. You have to claim that and work it if you're to get an output to manifest in the world. Just because you've created it, it can die. It can die immediately, especially if you don't grasp it in the moment. And this is the mermaid's wisdom. You have to do that. So in my case, in order to be able to claim the freedom to be that way, I had to give up being other ways. So the goodbye moment for me was when I turned my back on fame and fortune, money and position, and security and comfort. I left the mainstream where I was doing all right as a businessman, to put myself on the road where I was living like a traveling mendicant or whatever for quite some time. And because I was free and I had all of that time to myself, I could explore my creativity, and that's what worked for me. So you can see how a courageous decision I took actually when I was 33 years old opened up a whole range of possibility. For me, it was creativity. For you, it would be something different. You've got to look at the fourth point of your Elven Star and interpret it your own way. They're not um, instructions. They're not lessons in truth. That's not what a Sabian symbol is. It's a nuanced potential wisdom that you have to interpret your own way and make manifest in your own way for you to give it true meaning. Any Sabian symbol only means what you choose it to mean. So, and in fact, there you go. I wrote these Sabian symbols interpretations based on the work of Jones and Rudyard, but I changed them. Jones puts in a balanced view, the positive and the negative. Mark Edmund Jones. He'll look at both sides of the question. I didn't. I'm not interested in the negative. You know, I'm interested in the positive interpretation. And Dane Rudyard even stayed kind of consistent with his philosophy. He studied the Hindu traditions very deeply and tried to marry it up with that. And he did a very good job. I love his work. But I didn't even do that because my tradition was not his. So I found my own authentic way of interpreting this wonderful body of work. So here it is. This is my way. If you like it, let's study it together. If you don't, fine. Jones and Rudyard are there for you. So I took that approach to being creative in my interpretation of that. And I could do that because I'd made a very big goodbye decision at the age of 33, and I had all the time in the world to play with. So I could play with something as large as 360 declarations of wisdom in the Sabian symbols. And that's universally true for everything else I've done, because I've actually decided to make my creativity the priority in how I spend my time. I made that decision and enacted that decision authentically with the power that goes with that. then I was lucky enough to lead a life of creativity. So, the fourth point of the Elven Star is how you find your authentic self by challenging powerful agencies. In my case, employment, the status quo, the understanding that you have to work. I challenged that and said, no, you don't. I'm sure there's a way. Faith was found. You have to do something like that. You have to challenge the power that locks you into a way of being that isn't totally authentic. There's a part of you that doesn't want to be with your lover, your partner, your wife, your husband. There's a part of you that doesn't want to be with your employer. Perhaps. If that's the truth, then you have to deal with it if you want to be truly authentic at the 100% level. And if you don't, well, why not? I encourage it. 100% authenticity is the path of awakening.